Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. The Mullen short squeeze is starting and we need to talk about it, how high Mullen could go, what I am doing with my position, how to take profits but not limit your potential upside if we did go up 100% tomorrow. If Mullen shot up to $8 per share, how do you capture more of those gains but also lock in profits so if Mullen fell 50% tomorrow, you wouldn't lose money. Well, you wouldn't lose as much money. That's what I want to talk about here in this video. I know these videos don't get a lot of views. People don't like talking about Mullen, but I know a lot of people are involved with this stock, and hopefully this video saves somebody a lot of money or potentially makes somebody a lot of money. So we are going to get into this video. First thing I do ask is that you hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. Thank you guys for doing that. I will keep you guys up to date with any of the hottest stocks or trades that I am personally trading, but if you guys want access in real time to all of those trades, check out the link down below in the pinned comment to go ahead and join the trading community, and also follow me over on Twitter. That is also linked down below in the pinned comment, and get yourself those free stocks. Links down below in the description. So getting into this video, Mullen Automotives is up about 42%, currently at $4.11 per share. We're up $1.22 for the day. The first thing that I want to point out is some of the negatives here, right? You've already hit the trade. You've already made a lot of money. Specifically, if you are in the trading community, you are up, 350 bucks turned into $2,000. So you're up a decent amount, especially if you put in more than I did. So that's good, and we're going to talk about how to lock in some of these profits and what I am personally doing. But something else I do want to point out that is very, very important here, which is kind of like a loaded gun, for lack of a better word. Mullen Automotives as a business, they need to raise capital. So eventually, I'm not saying it's going to happen today or tomorrow, but eventually Mullen is going to have to raise capital. They're going to have to issue more stock. Now, like I said, I don't know exactly when this will happen. I'm sure they will let this squeeze play out. I don't see them killing the squeeze because of this. But if you hold on too long, it looks like that will likely happen. And now I'm not trying to undermine Mullen here. They could obviously go a whole hell of a lot higher. Mullen could hit $5 tomorrow. They could hit $10 tomorrow. You could see the wildest candle ever as shorts start to cover. But I'm saying eventually they will come out and issue more stock. Now, why do I think the squeeze is actually starting today? Well, you're seeing a lot of volume and you're seeing a lot of this back and forth action with a steady climb to the upside. You're seeing us follow this 50-day daily moving average almost to a T, and you're seeing that lots of back and forth volatility. You're seeing a lot of big green and then red candles, and that's typically what happens during a short squeeze. It's not straight up, it's a lot of volatility, but it tends to trend to the upside. But you will see those sharp drops and those sharp climbs. That's what you tend to see during short squeezes, and when shorts start to actually cover. Lots of back and forth activity that we are seeing today, and we'll get into a little bit more of the technicals in just one second. But if we do go ahead and pull up the Mullen Ortex data, you are still seeing a lot of short activity for the day. Borrowed shares of about 2 million. Return shares is lagged by about 2 days, so we won't actually see the kind of covering that it looks like is starting today. Not a majority, but some shorts are covering today. You won't see that reflected here for 2 days, but the cost to borrow max is now at 50.67%. The utilization is at 100% still. The short interest of free float, it says it's 3.3%, but it's actually over 40%. Now, what is also important to know is think about the peak attention. People talking about this stock, that helps to fuel a short squeeze, and that helps the buying pressure here. And that's exactly what is going on today. I think you're pretty much getting to that peak attention. I think there's a little bit more that we could go, but you have a lot of people talking about this stock. Usually when there's a lot of people talking about a stock, it's not really the time to initiate a position. It's time to kind of start taking profits or looking at that, not because the stock couldn't go higher, because if everybody's already talking about that, then you've probably seen most of the gains that you are likely to see. And that's very important to point out. And I know I'm going to get hate down below in the comment sections, but I really don't care. I want to help you guys make as much money as possible. Now, as far as the call activity for the day, you're looking at 90% positive order value totaling $1.41 million. So it's definitely a very bullish day for option activity, as well as for obviously people buying the stock. So that's good. And that does tend to show that we're heading into a short squeeze. We're not at the top of the short squeeze. But really what I have been doing with my position, like I said, I'm up almost 500%. It says I'm up $1,700, but I've already took some profits on this. $350 turned into $2,027 at the time of recording. My average cost is 70 cents. I bought 500 shares. It is now turned into almost 5% of my portfolio. But exactly what I have done to take profits is I sold Mullen July 15th $5 calls for $97 a piece. So essentially, I spent $350 to acquire this whole position. I collected about $500, so I made about $200. So worst case scenario here is Mullen goes to $10 and then comes back down to say $5 by July. I'm forced to sell my 500 shares at $5 a piece. That's $2,500. But I also collected $500 that I will keep no matter what. So I would make $3,000 off of this trade from $350. Well, at the same time, even now, if you wanted to do this, you would collect almost $1,000. You'd collect $925. So I think that's the best way to actually take profits right here, is to sell covered calls on your shares, especially if you bought them at a very low price. Then you're going to make a lot of money just by doing this. And worst case scenario is you have to sell the stock higher than what it is, higher than your average cost. So if you're looking at this right now, I have shares at 70 cents, but if you bought shares at $4, you could sell, say, the $5 covered call, but you wouldn't want to sell anything less than your average cost. So if you bought shares at $4, you would not want to sell a $2.50 call, because you would lose money. You'd be forced to sell your shares at $2.50. You bought them at $4. I think that goes without saying, but I wanted to put that in here. And I think that's the personal best way to actually take profits on this. As well as that, I do have some debit spreads here. I bought 15 of them for $23 a piece. I'm up about 92%, up $323. And I'll probably make these free, as many of them I can free. I might be able to make, 10 free, 8 free, somewhere around there, and I'll just hold those. And that's a max profit of $250 a piece if Mullen is above $7.50. So I do think there is more room to go to the upside, but you do want to start looking at taking profits here and definitely playing things on a risk to reward basis. Like, what's the likelihood of Mullen going to $8, doubling from here, or halving from here and going to $2? I think there's a better chance of Mullen going to $2 from here rather than $8 from here, and actually holding those levels. If we do go to $8, $10, $15, $20, whatever the number is, then it's going to happen very fast, and it's going to happen on a intraday basis. I don't think you're going to go up to those levels and then stay at those levels for weeks. It's not going to be the case. You're not going to have very long to make that decision to either take profits or hold on to the stock. And you've already hit the big trade. There's no need to try to gamble the rest here. At least take some profits. That's not a recommendation. I'm not telling you guys what to do with your personal money or your positioning, but I think that's the best bet. I think that's the safest thing to do. So that's basically that as far as the actual technical analysis is concerned. Like I said, looking good today, trending to the upside. Looks like the short squeeze has started. And if you look at this from the daily candlestick chart, you could see there's obviously room to continue to the upside. We're not even at the levels we were at January 1st. The first week of January, we were sitting in this $6 range. So there's obviously more room to go to the upside. But tomorrow, very easily we could touch $5 or we could touch $7. And that's really going to be, I think, the extent of a short squeeze here, in between $5 and $10 per share. If you hit $10 per share, congratulations, you just hit a fat bag, but make sure to take some profits at those levels. The 100-day moving average, though, that is at $5.13 per share. That's where you're going to see a little bit of resistance start to kick in. And that's when you're obviously going to see some momentum slowing down. Or we could blow straight past that today in after hours and in pre-market tomorrow, and we could open up in the $6 range. Watch to see in that point if we do come back down to the $5 level, or if we continue to the upside to around $7.70. That's the 200-day moving average, and that's going to be the next most important level. But then again, like I said, you're sitting on a loaded gun here, because eventually you're going to have to see them come out and raise capital and dilute shareholders. So that's something to keep in mind. The Bollinger Bands, we are well above the 2 standard deviation range of this higher end Bollinger Band, which does look very, very bullish. Now, going back to a little bit of what I said with the cover calls. Now, what you want to happen is the stock price close under your covered call price at, in my example, $5 per share by July. So if if Mullen goes up to 10 and then comes back down under 5, you will not have to sell your stock. If it closes above $5, you will have to sell your stock at $5 per share. Either way, you just made a lot of money and you were safe. You were safe about it. You watched a small amount turn to a large amount. You collected your money back. You got profits out of this. And then you hold the stock for free. Whatever happens, happens. Or you could sell out enough shares to make your initial investment back and then hold those shares for free. There's a lot of options here, and that's something that I would look at doing while everybody's telling you to buy the stock, buy the stock, buy the stock. We're going through a short squeeze. Yes, that is true, but if you initiated a position at much cheaper prices and you're up a lot, this is not the time to continue to buy the stock. This is the time to look at taking some profits. So I know this video is not going to be well liked by a lot of people. I really don't care. I'm here to try to help people make money and to come to sensible financial decisions. So not financial advice. Do what you guys want to do. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and make sure to get those free stocks links down below in the description, as well as come join the trading community link down below in the pinned comment, and follow me on Twitter. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one.